hey, we need an explanation here. And you could toss me into these dominoes that are falling because I started speculating. I've been speculating about Angel Reese, and I've been asking questions about Caitlin Clark, and they're like, hey, let's send everybody off in a different direction. Let's tell them about the bone bruise from August 7th when the team was in Phoenix. Caitlin Clark suffers bone bruise, and then people, there's a clip. Let's play the video of the assistant coach. I think we have it of the assistant coach stepping on Caitlin Clark on August 9th. This is 2 days later. The Fever are hosting the Chicago Sky. And the assistant coach, I think her name is Brianna January, accidentally steps on Caitlin Clark. Looks like she steps maybe on her left ankle. And Caitlin Clark, and so there's some validity to this, that on August 7th, Caitlin Clark did something, and we all saw this. I remember watching the game and seeing this in real time. Looks like her left ankle. And so the story makes some sense, but it's like, why are we hearing about this now? When does this happen in sports where someone this valuable suffers an injury and you don't tell people about it until 2 weeks later once speculation about Caitlin Clark starts running rampant? Once people start finally muster up the courage to say, hey, this is weird. Caitlin Clark has disappeared and vanished. She doesn't talk to reporters. We're getting no legitimate information from anybody in the Indiana Fever organization. This is the biggest star in sports. And other than a Sue Bird podcast, we hear nothing. We can't ask any questions. And so, in my view, they've put out some information to throw us off the trail. This is part of the cover-up of like, there's something weird going on with Caitlin Clark. And I'm going to have to give Skip Bayless some credit here. I don't think this is all physical. And let me connect a couple of other dots. I want to run off the names of just a few highlight examples. It's the female athletes dealing with health issues. You remember Simone Biles, Tokyo Olympics in 2021 due to COVID. Withdrew from the final team event because of pressure. You remember Naomi Osaka, 2021 French Open. Withdrew because of pressure dealing with media and fan abuse. Do you remember Ronda Rousey? Gets her butt kicked, UFC 193, 2015, admits she was suicidal after losing to Holly Holm. Raven Saunders, shot putter, 2016 Rio Olympics. Mental health deteriorated, considered suicide. Serena Williams, several occasions, depression, and later post-mortem depression. This is commonplace. I'm not ridiculing, I'm not belittling, I'm throwing it out there for you to consider. These women trying to be men in sports, trying to deal with all the pressure that comes with carrying a league, negotiations for TV rights, living up to your responsibilities to Nike as a spokesperson, dealing with the social media pushback and feedback and toxicity and negativity that goes along with it. They tap out. That's not criticism, that's fact. Men tap out too. But it's going to be more common among women's sports. So we have Caitlin Clark, and I love Caitlin Clark. And I know many of you have this abnormal thing that anything that isn't worship of Caitlin Clark, you hear as criticism of Caitlin Clark. I'm trying to explain to you, Caitlin Clark and these women that have signed up and said, hey man, the WNBA, we're gonna be just like the NBA and we want just as much money as the NBA and we wanna be men. And we want all the attention that men get. And we want all the money that men get. You want all the good things, but you struggle with the really hard things, the lack of privacy, the comments about your appearance, the negative comments about your performance, the complaints about, hey, you messed up my fantasy team. They're not built for this. And they're cracking. And they're tapping out. I think there's a chance that Caitlin Clark, let me be careful here, let me be precise here. She's not tapping out, but she's been put in a position to where it's best for her. It's been explained to her. Hey, for your mental health, we got to keep you away from the cameras, away from the media. We have to keep you off the court because you struggle, and this is facts. When Caitlin Clark's shots aren't falling, when she's not a dominant player, she struggles mentally. Kelsey Mitchell, one of those games where Kelsey Mitchell played well, and this is when Caitlin Clark played. Kelsey Mitchell carried him down the stretch, and Caitlin Clark struggled during that game and kept jacking up threes and just kind of taking them out of their offense, hunting her shot. And Kelsey Mitchell made a comment post-game. It was very clever. It was very mature. It wasn't negative. She was just trying to answer the question in the most honest way fashion, in the most honest way possible. And she basically indicated, yeah, what we just saw was, Caitlin Clark struggling to find her shot or struggling to make a shot. And anybody that was watching that game with a mature eye was like, Caitlin Clark was jacking up threes like her life depended on it, not like the team's victory depended on it, like her life, her emotional stability depended on her making a logo three before that game was over. And you can't be as good as Caitlin Clark is without being a bit obsessive about your craft. And when State Farm is building commercials around you that are, you do everything better from the logo. When your logo three quits falling, it messes with your mentality. It messes with your equilibrium, your joy, your emotions. Your hormones get out of whack. Your anxiety takes over. That's why, if you remember Caitlin Clark's rookie year, Erica Wheeler and several of the players, they spent a lot of their energy managing Caitlin Clark's emotions on the court, trying to control her obsession with arguing with the referees. Caitlin Clark is in a very unique position. No woman has ever been in this position where they're the biggest star in American sports. This is an extreme amount of pressure, and she's isolated because many of her peers don't like her. They're jealous of her. Her head coach isn't really on board with her. She's raised Catholic and heterosexual in a league that rejects Christianity and heterosexuality. She would not be the first heterosexual WNBA player to struggle in this hyper LGBTQ environment that the WNBA has constructed. They're breaking Caitlin Clark. And oh, it's an ankle injury. Oh, it's a groin injury. Oh, she had this setback. She had that setback. Caitlin Clark is struggling with the pressure that goes along with being the biggest star in American sports, being a woman that has just the normal hormonal issues that women have in dealing with this level of pressure. They're not built for this. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.